All right, folks, listen up. I get it. I used to think South Africa was dangerous too. In fact, I was worried as shit years ago when I made my first trip. So recently on our podcast, we sat down with Tonie Du Bruyn, the president of FASA, to get the truth straight from the source. So before you throw away your chance at one of the best hunts of your life, stick around because we're going to set the record straight with no bullshit.
Is South Africa safe? And what is your response to those people that are hesitant about coming over to South Africa due to safety concerns?
Well, when I drive from southern New Mexico on my way to Wisconsin, I drive through a little town called Chirac, Chicago. All right. Now, if you
Chicago.
Yeah, have you seen that?
I am totally stealing that, by the way.
Chirac. So if you have seen that movie Wrong Turn Up or Wrong Turn, you make the wrong turn in Chirac 7 o'clock in the evening, and your ass is toast, baby. So it is all about being streetwise. I mean, Dallas, Texas is a safe place. But again, going to the wrong part of Dallas, Texas, it's not safe. Many years ago, I was in Laredo, Texas, and there was armed security guards at the hotel's lobby, all right, because we had a little bit of a powwow on the other side of the Rio Grande. But, I mean, that's the reality. Anywhere in the world, there will be unsafe places. South Africa is not. The cities, the big cities where the conglomerate of people are, is not the real South Africa. This is the same as America. New York is not the representation of America. You can drive 2 hours north through Buffalo, New York, into one of the most beautiful, pristine wildlife sanctuaries in the world. And there, people are still people like us, So it's the same in South Africa. I would always say, be streetwise. Number one, don't rent a car. I have had a client that said to me, we are 5 and we are paying $180 day of arrival. We figured out if we rent a car, we can drive for $150. Yes, you can drive, and then you're on your own, Baba, and we're not there to help you because this is the type of stuff you don't want to do, in my opinion. So fly into Johannesburg International. If you're going north of Messina, sleep over and fly to Polokwane the next morning and you have a 1 hour drive. If you're going to the Eastern Cape, fly to East London or Port Elizabeth or to George if you want to hunt in the Black Mountains, or fly to Cape Town or fly to Kimberley or fly to Bloemfontein. Here in the Northern Cape, we fly Uppington or Sishen. You fly to one of those small little airports, the outfitter picks you up, or if you want to do the Limpopo thing, then you have to do the 3-4 hour drive. Now, if you want to do that at night, go for it. I would strongly suggest sleep over in a guest house, add another day to your trip, and then in daytime, 8 o'clock in the morning after the traffic is gone. Remember, Johannesburg is just as big as any big metropole. There's 7-8 lanes of highways. I mean, between 7 and 8, it's a shit show. So wait a little bit, have a nice little breakfast, and then get in the truck with your PH and drive and see the countryside. And see, you're going to see poverty, you're going to see wildlife, you're going to see small little mom and pop diners, you're going to see the whole thing. And then you're safe. And that's the way I would strongly suggest you guys do it. And then South Africa is safe. Then when you get to the ranch, politics don't count. Animals don't vote. We live in a rural economy. We have something here in the Kalahari called the Kalahari Ferrari. It's a donkey cart. That's the most traffic you're going to see on a road, is 3 guys on the back of a donkey cart picking up wood or moving sheep or doing something. So that is the rural economy. The rural people are not politicized, are not criminalized. Those are people that live for the day, and you are going to feed them. And the reality is, I see it always on Facebook. People say, Do you sell the meat? Yes, of course. My company produces 40 tons of meat a year. I only give about 10 tons away. My staff gets a lot of food. The camp gets meals. We have charities that we support. But the reality is a good 35 plus tons gets sold. It's part of my value chain. But South Africa is safe. Just be streetwise. And don't do stupid things. Go to Johannesburg, get in an Uber and go to Hillbrow at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not going to be fun. Go to the tourist places, but not at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you won't do that in New York. You won't do that in Chicago. You won't do that in Atlanta. Why would you do it in South Africa? You won't do it in Germany. You won't do it in London. I mean, that's the reality. You must just be streetwise. Then South Africa is safe.
Sean and I got to travel a lot this trip. We were there for almost a month. And
7 weeks. I was there for 7 weeks.
Yeah, we drove. We drove a lot. And we did rent a car. We had our PAs drive for us. Yeah. We were chauffeured around, obviously. But we got, we flew to Joburg, we stayed, and then we also, you usually get to see Joburg at night, which, like anywhere in the country, you have shitholes, I call them. And we would drive around, but I got to see a good side of Joburg. I mean, there was a really, really
during the
pretty
daytime,
side. In the middle of the day. It's like I would have never thought that this was Johannesburg, right? I mean, there was really nice houses, and it's so different to be here in Ohio. You go downtown Columbus, you got shitholes, unsafe places to be, and you don't want to go out at night. So, but, we got to see, we were all over the place. We saw poverty, like you say. We saw lots of very nice places that people live. And you would never expect that there, right? So, it's very safe. It's a very safe place. Like you said, you got to be smart. You got to choose the right places to go.
Well, and I'm also a big fan too. We always stay at Africa Sky Guest House. Yes. Every time, every trip, every group I bring over. Afton House is nice also. I've had groups there before. I always, when I'm bringing a group, I don't give my group an option. We always pick up the VIP pickup too. And so we'll have people there at the air bridge and walking you through, getting your luggage and through customs and immigration. It's the best money you'll ever spend.
There's really not a lot of choice because you get in there, what time do you get there? 8
p.m.-ish.
Yeah, that flight gets you there. You really don't have much of a choice. You don't want to go out at night, so.
But, I'm a big fan of Africa Sky. Gilbert, I've known for years. He takes care of all my paperwork, makes sure all the guns are situated. We don't have to worry about it. Gets us through. Anytime we've had issues, he's been right there. He takes care of it. He's got a fix for everything. Mr. X is also available. There's several other people, that are there that work. And that's what I encourage people to do. If your outfitter hasn't already set that up for you, definitely look into that, especially if you've got to do an overnight. Don't take it upon yourself to book a hotel, downtown or something like that. Just reach out to Afton House, reach out to Africa Sky. They can help you with it. Spend the extra $150 on the VIP pickup, which includes a pickup and drop off the next day.
Food.
And you don't have to worry about that shit then. You don't see it, but yeah, that's what people should do. If you're spending the money, make it enjoyable. And that's what I tell people, we even coming in at night to get to Africa Sky, you drive through what's some rough neighborhoods during the day, right? It's not the greatest place. But then once you get there and you pull in the gate, it's like this little oasis, and you feel so far removed from Johannesburg, you don't even realize that there's that big city right there. And like I said, so we've had a relationship with them for years, and we encourage people, to if you're already spending the money, just go there. It's the same
that's still
cost
cheaper
as
than a $15,000 whitetail hunt here,
Yeah, still,
and you get more stuff. So
no, I'm for that 100%. That's the way we do it. You can go onto the FASA website. You can do all that stuff there as well. But what you're doing is what you're doing, and everyone has to stick with. If the wheel's not broken, don't fix it. Carry on with doing what you're doing. If you have a guy, Mr. X, he's number one. Bruce from Gracie's Travel, he's number one. There's a lady from FASA that's there. There is Adele is there. Henry Firearms is there. They're all there. They are part of this big family, Every now and then I get to fly into Johannesburg when I go to FASA, And I always try to fly late in the afternoon and then go stand there, wait for the United and Atlanta flight, Dallas flight, Delta flight to come in. Why? Because that's where I see all the gun people, all the transfer people, everybody's there. They are my brothers and sisters of this industry. And
it's a family reunion.
They are your family. I mean, what is the best thing to see when you go through those gates and you see a familiar face? You know, you see that PH that you haven't seen in a year, or you see Adele, or you see Tonie so-and-so, or you see Henry or Bruce or whoever. This is what makes this whole thing so good. It's from A to Z. You're always around people that wants to look after you, to give you friendship, to make our country the best hunting destination. So, yeah, just keep on doing that, and then you're in the right place.
All right, folks, that's it for today. I hope this conversation helped clear some of the crap up you've been hearing about safety in South Africa. Now, if your trip requires an overnight Johannesburg, don't try to figure it out yourself. Reach out to Africa Sky and arrange for their VIP pickup. They'll take care of everything from the airport pickup to the accommodation. And trust me, it is the best decision you'll ever make. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and share with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, folks, live free, hunt hard, keep chasing that adventure.